They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faces of this
Hey everybody, what's up? This is Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. Now, this video is about, it's the second part. I did a video called The Dating Drought. The dating drought. Now, what's happened is, and like I was trying to say, is that the reason women won't make the first move is that she can't, just like a man can't change his height, a woman can't change, not at the very moment, or in some cases, even in the long term, she can't change how attracted a man is to her. You know what I'm saying? She can't just, so if she asks a guy out, she is automatically disqualified based on how attracted to her that man is. You know what I'm saying? So in reality, a lot of guys in the manosphere and in this community talk about, well, women are more scared and women are more afraid of what's that word? Fuck, the word escapes me right now. Yeah, women are more afraid of a guy denying her advances. You know what I'm saying? Because they have more feelings and so on. No, it's not that. It's that she is disqualified based upon how she looks automatically. So in reality, it's far more, painful for her ego, because if a guy comes up to a girl, even if she's not attracted to him, she could be attracted to his resources, so that guy has an alternative. His height, all that stuff could change based on his resources. You know what I'm saying? She could be attracted to his resources and, they could end up sleeping together and doing whatever happens. You know what I mean? There's another option for a man. But in a woman's case, when she comes up to a guy, she tries to ask him out, she could be disqualified from the very beginning because, you're not attracted to her. So automatically, she can't change that. And if she brings up money, as I stated, on your end, it doesn't look good on a potential criminalizing court issue. So a lot of guys will basically, the money don't matter. So when a woman comes to approach a man and ask that man out, even if she's a 10, as the guys say, 9, whatever, she doesn't know, unless he's, looking at her a particular way or she has a level of confidence, she doesn't know if he's going to disqualify her advances based on how she looks. And she can't change how she looks to him, be it her age and all that. She can't change how attractive she can be to him at that very moment. So a lot of women will not, do the first move. You know what I mean? And like I said, a lot, I don't like saying the whole, I didn't say every woman. I didn't say every man. To me, people who bring that up in videos, man, you're wasting time. It just shows how much you've been trained to worry about things that people think about that you didn't even say. It's a waste of time. But yeah, it's creating a dating drought because all the power is an onus and responsibility of initiating the date is in the woman's hand. And the easiest way for her to initiate it will be on an app. You know what I'm saying? Not in the physical realm, but on an app, because with an app, she can agree to see this man. She can choose him at her leisure, and it won't have as much damage to her ego. You know what I'm saying? To her confidence, because she isn't, yes, she might be disqualified because he's not attracted to her on the app, but she has a lot of other choices. It becomes like a lot of these apps, dating apps, are like musical chair. You know what I'm saying? Any, many, miny, mo. whatever, who she likes, she choose. So if she choose one, you know what I mean, he doesn't respond, whatever. She chooses another one. It's much easier to date on the apps and be more selective on the apps. And then, you know what I'm saying, usually when a chick makes the first move, she's at a bar or something, you know what I mean, alcohol or her friends might have had something to play with it. You know, she's surrounded with all her girlfriends, so, you know, her walking up to a guy isn't gonna mean nothing because her support system is right there. You know what I'm saying? So women tend to make the first move in groups because their support system is there. You know what I'm saying? If the guy doesn't return interest, she goes right back to her girlfriends, you know, for support. So what this has done, so you got on one end the men avoiding physical reaction, you know, because of cat calls and how their masculinity, them making the first move, has been demonized and made into a toxic aspect. And then the fact that a lot of men, if they work a particular job, are looking at how will she respond. You know, what if she responds by pulling out her phone and saying, you know, you're a loser, you're this and that, you're abusing me, or this and that. A lot of men, it isn't like because, you know, you got a lot of these dating coaches and dating guys, they talk on the perspective of the 90s where, the worst thing that could happen is she says no and she just moves on, bro. So as a PUA coach, a dating coach, gonna give you the greatest advice, man. You keep trying, bro. You know, you could attract a woman no matter what. You could be broke, you could be homeless, dude. Yeah, you could attract any opportunity to be the last time you talk to one. What's happened is it isn't the 1990s or early 2000s. It's not that she could just say no. She could pull out a phone and put you live on Instagram, put you live on social media that you're a creep, you're this and that. You know, damn man, I keep forgetting the word where they tell you no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you know, it's not just them saying no anymore. There's a higher level of risk, you know what I'm saying? And especially depending on even how you come holla at her. You know, if you're walking up to her and she's by herself, she could pull out her phone. Look, he's stalking me. There's a lot of alternative events and occurrences that could happen. So a lot of men in the physical realm of dating and approaching are adding this up, man. What's at risk here? You know, what could happen? A lot of these PUAs and guys selling these videos don't add that part up. They don't add the what if she takes it too far? What if she takes your advances that are innocent? You're just trying to ask her out and tries to put you on the internet, tries to register you as this and that, you know what I mean? Or calls, you know, to put you on a hashtag for creeps, hashtag toxic masculinity, hashtag stalker, hashtag abusive, hashtag M2, whatever it is. So a lot of these PUA coaches never add that part up. That's why I say you got to live by the one strike. You got to live by the one strike rule because you as a man, you're on a one strike. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these PUA coaches and them, they don't add that aspect up. They don't bring up the perspective of what she can do, how she can say no to you, how she could basically go overboard with how she denies you. That, you know what I mean? How she denies your advances. So a lot of men are taking up the precautions that their jobs might be on the line. You know, they're looking at a lot of things. That's why I say in today's dating field and why dating is basically the physical aspect has become, you know, the only majority I'd say in the next 5 to 10 years. You know, all you're gonna see is a lot of dates started on the apps. You know, it started on the apps, your Tinders, your Bumbles, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna do another video, you know, there's more to do, but about how, you know, the apps, dating apps and social dating apps are gonna really have a lot of damage on the women. You know what I mean? A lot of this happening, you know, is part of this community. A lot of this community looks at, you know, the male perspective, but in reality, the women are on a clock. They're on a clock of fertility. So it's really damaging them the most in the long run. And even not even long in the short term, because depending on their behavior and the laws and how, you know, how afraid, how rightfully so men are afraid to approach women, their clock, you gotta look at women like this. Women are like a soccer game, you know, where the clock never stops ticking, you know, unless they're going on the halftime. But women don't even have that. They don't have a halftime event. The clock on their fertility window never stops ticking towards infertility or dangerous level fertility, where she could have a child and there's a high risk of that child being born with Down syndrome and illness. So that clock never stops ticking. Guys, on the other hand, I had 5 years of not dating success. So, you know, I went somewhere else and got a chick, you know, got my, you know, found a woman to have my child. You know, the clock for us guys, fertility is basically, it's on pause. It's just about, you know, maybe it's stronger levels of fertility. You know, the older you get, you know, the you know, it's the quality of your fertility window. So, you know, a guy might have, when he's young, probably millions of sperm. Then as he gets older, he might have thousands, you know. So, but a woman's clock never stops. But what this has created is a dating drought. Since all the since all of the, you know, initiation is in the woman's hand, she will, as I stated, avoid physical, you know, dating interaction because she could automatically get disqualified based on her appearance. Unlike the guy, where his appearance won't matter if his resources, you know what I'm saying, make up for his appearance. You know what I'm saying? A chubby dude could approach a girl and he's got a Rolex on, he's high resources. She could be attracted to his resources and that lifestyle, and naturally so, because, you know, she's it's ingrained in her that she should seek out a man with great resources to protect her financially and having children and all that stuff. But since all the onus is in the women's hand, it's created, and I think it's already happened in Ireland or Australia, where you have, they call the man drought, whatever you want to call it. You know, and a lot of women are being promoted to have fun and enjoy their lives and this and that. Basically, pretend and live like their clock, their fertility clock, isn't ticking. You know what I'm saying? So that's happened, but there's a dating drought because A, it's gonna be easier for a woman to date with apps. B, it's gonna be easier if she goes on a physical aspect at a bar or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be easier for her to have friends around. But since guys are being accused of not being drunk, and only the woman could be drunk from the bar from being heavily intoxicated, a lot of guys are gonna avoid her advances. Even if, you know, I mean, I've been at the bar, you know, talked to a few chicks here and there, you know what I mean, where they come at you, they're not drunk, they're just extremely shy. But, you know, a guy reading that could be, man, and they might even be clumsy when they come at you. So a guy might be looking at that and say, man, maybe she's too intoxicated, so man, I'll leave her alone. And at times she might just be, you know what I'm saying? She might just be, you know, intoxic. She might just be shy about the whole scenario. So she's gonna walk slightly off, and she might even trip a little. She's not drunk. She just isn't, you know what I mean? She's putting a lot on the line. You know, a lot of guys in this community don't understand. Women put a lot more on the line when it comes to initiating the dating scenario, because they can automatically get disqualified based on their attraction, based on their attraction and age, and they can't change that. You as a man could be 5'3", come to a woman. If your resources or your who knows, your character in certain instances, you might sell it to her. You know what I mean? You might be able to be attracted, or even the guys you surround yourself with. If you're 5'3" and all your guy friends are like 6 foot and up, and you're the leader, you know what I'm saying? You're the leader in this scenario. And notice I didn't say alpha, because to me, there's only one alpha male. The true alpha male is the government. There is no other alpha than the government. You know what I'm saying? The ones who pass the laws. That's one thing, a lot of guys talk about. Replace the alpha male from a man and put that on the government. The government's the only alpha in town. You know what I'm saying? You are either a leader or not. You're a leader. So when she sees that, I had some homies like that, you know what I mean? I'm 6'7", whatever. So, I've walked in a bar where my homie's like 5'5" or 5'7", and he bagging them because, he commands the room. If they see him chilling with me and I'm following his lead, you know what I mean? That's another level of attraction there. But basically, man, what with all the laws and all the anti-male practices in the courts and all the cases, you could literally search online and you'll see millions of them pour up, where dudes accused this, dating remorse. She woke up right near the bed with him and said, "Oh, he took advantage of me. When you were both drunk, you're two consenting adults." That's the thing about this whole scenario, is that, so women are adults when they drive, they get a job and all this and that, but they're not adults when they choose to drink, go under the influence, and can't consent and make bad decisions. Yeah. So to me, it's created a dating drought because it's put all the onus into women's hands. And in the dating aspect and in the initiation process, a lot of women are at a disadvantage because they could be disqualified based on their appearance, and they can't, in cases, change that. She could be a 9, she could be a 10, she could be a 25, whatever. If a guy's not into her, not attracted to her, she's disqualified. So when it comes to initiating the dating process, and when I was older, I used to think about that a lot, where, there's a chick that likes me. Why doesn't she just initiate it? You know what I mean? Why? Yeah, and me, I've always calculated certain things. It's done some damage. There's some other stuff that has to play into that. But basically, man, a lot of women, because they have so much from a self-esteem level, have to lose from initiating the process of dating, they will avoid it at all costs because they get disqualified based on their looks automatically. If that man isn't attracted to you, you're done, and rightfully so. You know what I mean? He ain't attracted to you, he ain't attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? So when they're not attracted to you, you're automatically disqualified. That woman's money doesn't matter. And even in certain cases, a man will, if he's not attracted to her, will take her up on it because he sees her friends. And, this might be a way to get closer to her friends. I'm a go in, I'm a pretend I'm into her, you know what I mean? And then I'm going to get to her friends. You know what I'm saying? I really like one of her girlfriends, so I'm going to pretend I'm into her, and I could see the signals from her girlfriend as well. So It's only a matter of time. So I'm gonna get with her, chill with her for a minute, and when I do get the chance, I'm gonna drop my line on a girlfriend. So there's alternative motives and alternative routes into it. But the dating drought is basically when you put all the onus into a woman's hands, and then all the laws are against the men, and they want to avoid you to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, what's happened is, the real world is now a full-time job. And what I mean by full-time job, what some people don't get on these videos is that what I mean by full-time job is that you living in this world is a job now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys are looking at it and saying, yo, this is a job. You know what I'm saying? So my life is a job now. I can't just ask a chick out because I might be risking losing my life, my livelihood, jobs, this and that, because the whole game of life now is a job. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of guys are looking at it like that, and that's why you don't see many cold approaches. And especially since the media is basically, and usually most of the time it's some unattractive, super old woman who's saying, they catcall me. Yeah, right. They're catcalling you. Lady, you're 35, and you look like you're one potato chip away from not being able to cross the street. You know what I'm saying? Or they're older, bitter women that aren't able to party like they used to, because I stated a lot of the older women are against the younger women. It's not in the case of guys, because guys understand. A guy could be 50 years old and one guy could be 20. We're both still fertile. We both still have resources. It don't really matter. That's why a lot of guys tend to, click even if they're older. Like, yo, your best friend could be 55 years old and you're like 30, or you're 21 and your best friend's 55, because you both bring the same thing to the table, your resources. When it comes to older women, you both bring as a man, you both bring your resources and fertility. Comes to older women, it's harder for them to be best friends at that age because they both don't bring the same level. You know what I'm saying? One's fertile, one's not. One's this attractive, one's not. You know what I mean? They're that's why a lot of older women and younger women can't truly be allies. The older women tend to be against the younger women, and rather they repeat the process, because the younger women repeating the process brings those younger women to their level. So if a woman wasted her fertility window, she's going to look for the younger women to do the same so they can all talk, and she doesn't have to face her issues or the responsibility from what she's done. You know what I mean? So a lot of you guys, that's why we're in the dating drought, because all the onus is put on the women's hand without, what I'm saying? There's a reason we have, you know, I wouldn't call it gender roles, since they make up genders. You could claim you're a wolf, but sex, there's different roles for each sexes, and the role of a man is usually, he's gonna come make the first move. Or even if the woman makes the first move, it tends to be at a younger age where there's less on the line, or maybe her family has ingrained certain values in her, so she's acting upon those values. But what's going on is, since all the onus is put on women's hands and it ignores the roles they play in the sexes and the advantages and the disadvantages that come with it, a lot of women are going to end up single, and there's going to be a true dating drought that will continue. You know what I'm saying? But this has been Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. Peace.
They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faces of